He's here. Welcome to a universe. Relle.
Welcome back to the Relle universe and welcome back to Relle from the Pod. Today's episode is about something that may seem superficial at first glance, but actually says more about us than we often realize. Clothing and identity. Clothing is not superficial, it's quite the opposite. Clothing is often the very first thing we show the world about ourselves, before we have even spoken a single word, before someone knows our name, our profession, or our story. Our clothing is already sending a message. It shows something about our personality, our mood, our energy. And sometimes it expresses things we might not yet be ready to say out loud. I truly believe that every person has their own style, a style that reflects their identity, but most people don't actually show it. Not because they don't have one, but because they are afraid of being judged, afraid of standing out, afraid of being too much. For me, my relationship with clothing became very clear in my early 20s. That was when I moved to Berlin. Berlin felt like a stage, a place where I could experiment, a place where I could grow into the person I wanted to become. And I've always had an eye for fashion, but not in the traditional way. I never spent hours researching brands or following specific labels. For me, it has always been much more intuitive. I see something and I immediately know that's me, that's who I am. At some point, I stopped simply wearing clothes. I started creating outfits. I've always had an eye for what works together, which accessories complete a story, which shoes elevate an outfit, which bag brings the whole look together. From the outside, it might sometimes look effortless, but behind that effortlessness, there's a lot of attention to detail. And when I look at my wardrobe today, I see my personal evolution. My wardrobe tells a story of a fashionable and personal emancipation. It tells the story of a woman who stepped onto her own stage and stopped hiding behind the curtains. My colors are loud. It's pink, purple, yellow, orange, but those colors are not shouting, "Look at me." Instead, they radiate from the inside outward. I am here. I take up my space and I do not apologize for it. Sometimes clothing can even feel like a kind of armor, not armor to hide, but armor that represents strength. The armor of a woman who has learned to stand firmly within herself. A woman who celebrates life and for whom the applause or the criticism of the audience has become largely irrelevant. My style is colorful. It is bold, and this is very important to me, not because I want to be the center of attention at all costs. It's simply because this is what I genuinely love. It's my inner world expressed outwardly. I even developed a funny little rule for myself. Whenever I ask someone for their opinion and they say, "Wow, that's really a little bit too much. That's over the top. That's too much," then I usually know it's exactly right for me. The fact that many people choose neutral colors like beige, gray, or black actually has a deep psychological root. One fascinating concept from psychology is called the spotlight effect. It describes how we overestimate how much other people notice and judge us. We believe everyone will stare at the bright pink coat, but in reality, most people are far too busy thinking about themselves. And studies also show that clothing measurably influences our psychology. When we wear something bold, we often behave more boldly. And that is exact why many people are afraid of it. Not afraid of the clothing itself, but afraid of the power and presence that bold clothing might awaken within them. So the most important question is not what colors I am allowed to wear. The real question is, in which color do I feel alive, strong, and truly good? Style also means learning to handle attention. That includes criticism, but also compliments. So many women respond to compliments with a reflex like, oh, it wasn't expensive. I've had this forever. Oh, it's nothing special. Why? Because many of us were taught to make ourselves smaller so we don't appear arrogant. But this is exactly where confidence begins. The homework here is simple. The next time someone gives you a compliment, there's only one allowed answer. Thank you. I am happy you like it. That's it. Learning to receive attention builds the muscle of self-confidence. For those of you thinking, this sounds great, but I don't know where to start, here are some very practical steps. Define your style with 3 adjectives. For example, bold, creative, vibrant. Playful, colorful, individual. Romantic, soft, feminine. Every piece in your wardrobe should match at least 2 of those 3 words. If it doesn't, it probably doesn't truly belong to your style. Colors are pure energy. Cool undertones like blue or cool pink feel different from warm tones like yellow or orange. Here's a simple test. Stand in front of a mirror in natural daylight without makeup. Hold a bright pink cloth under your chin. Then hold an orange one. You will instantly see which color makes your face look fresher and more vibrant. A helpful rule in fashion is the rule of thirds. An outfit often looks more harmonious when the body is not divided exactly in the middle. So instead of 50-50 proportions, aim for something closer to 1-3 or 2-3. For example, high-waisted trousers paired with a shorter or tucked-in top. If you have wider hips, you can draw the eye upward with a bow top or statement necklace. If you have a more androgynous body, you can create a waist with tailored blazers or belts. Play with it. Try things you normally wouldn't wear. A jumpsuit, wide leg trousers, a wrap dress. Don't just look at how it appears. Pay attention how it feels. Before buying or wearing something, pause for a moment. Close your eyes. Ask yourself, does this feel like me? Or does it feel like a costume, like someone else's expectation? Understand that confidence will always be more powerful than any trend. Trends come and go. Your relationship with yourself stays. A person who wears something with complete confidence will always look better than someone who nervously follows the latest trend. Stop waiting for the right moment. Wear the secret dress not only on New Year's Eve, wear it on a Tuesday if you feel like it, because life itself is the occasion. Your body is your home, and your clothing is the way you decorate the home. Allow yourself to be bold. Allow yourself to be visible. Allow yourself to be yourself. And because real change happens through action, I have a small challenge for you. Tomorrow, or even better, right after this podcast, go to your closet. Find the one piece you absolutely love, but that you have never dared to wear. Maybe it's the bright red coat, the leather pants, or the dress with the wild pattern. Put it on. Maybe just at home. Maybe for a quick trip to the grocery store. Maybe for an entire day at work. And then simply observe what happens. Not around you, but inside you. Notice how you feel when you stop worrying about what others might think. And simply allow yourself to be you. Thank you so much for listening. Be bold, be colorful, be yourself.